Hey my dear friend, Sam Haymart with Test Driven TV. It's that magic time of the year again when we run down the list of cars that I test drove this year that I liked well enough that I'd actually buy myself. And one of them I've actually bought. So we're gonna go through the list, and at the end I'm also gonna give you a little bit of an update for our regular viewers of where the channel's been, how things are going, and where we're going in 2024. All right, my friends, so my annual rundown of cars I'd buy it list is sort of my version of Car and Driver's 10 Best Motor Trend's Car of the Year, only I put a more personal touch on it. These are cars that I liked. They are very subjective in their ratings, right? And they're not the most perfect cars. They don't have the perfect scores, but they have that magic combination of either performance or style, value, quality, handling. Maybe I just looked at the thing and just absolutely fell in love. It happens, it does. And so it's subjective. So we'll put that out there right now. Most of the time they are cars that get a relatively high score. So without further ado, let's have a look at the list in alphabetical order. First up is the 2024 Acura Integra Type S. Based essentially on the Honda Civic Type R, which is also on this list, the Acura version comes with a more mature character in its styling and handling that makes it more palatable to the guy who needs to drive it to work and park it in the executive parking lot without worry of being judged not mature enough for upper management. Performance is blisteringly fun. The manual and the clutch pedals still serve it up with a slightly softer hand in the chassis department. It's a Civic Type R in a business suit. Now the next vehicle is a truck, the 2023 Chevrolet Colorado, and we tested the Trail Boss. The all-new 2023 Chevrolet Colorado and GMC Canyon twins have arrived, and well, they're giving the new Toyota Tacoma one of its first major serious competitors in a long time. Its styling and character are aimed right at the taco unapologetically. Its turbocharged four-cylinder engines compete almost head-to-head. I like the entire lineup for its simplicity, the design, and its driving character. The Trail Boss we tested is quite frankly my favorite because of its plain wrapper equipment levels and high-level off-road chops. You go, Chevrolet. Making a return to our list this year is the 2023 Ford Maverick. The entire Ford Maverick family is now in its second year on the I'd Buy It list. In fact, I actually did buy one 2 years ago now with our 2022 XL Hybrid long-term test truck. The top-end Tremor we tested this year offers up an advanced all-wheel drive system, increased ride height, and better tires to give it more bite and capability in the rough. Prices have gone up, yes, but the Ford Maverick is still the cheapest compact truck you can get. Period. Until a better competitor arrives, all models still live on my list. Next up is the 2023 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid, the Hybrid specifically. Hyundai has continued to impress with their combination of fashion-forward design inside and out, and the Tucson remains one of the standout midsize crossover SUVs in its class. It's more than just design though. The advanced hybrid powertrain brings a traditional feeling performance character with refinement in daily driving that doesn't sacrifice when it comes to miles per gallon. The price is competitive as Hyundai continues to offer a combination of quality and features per dollar that's hard to beat. Now let's talk about the 2023 Honda Civic Type R. Now I already spoiled it, you know it's on the list, but here it is. Rap Nasty Crackle Pop is the name of the game, at least when I'm behind the wheel of this 6-speed manual only, 315 horsepower hot hatch. Woof! Every Honda Civic Type R so far has made my list, and this one always has the lights on waiting for it. Yes, it does cost more, but this thing has gotten so good with age. Fun and quality, great seats, a sound worth waking up the neighbors over, and yes, still a big-ass wing, although now it's a little bit smaller. If she won't let you have one because it's two-boy racer, you can still get the Acura Integra Type S. Now honestly, the next car is likely my favorite of the entire year. I had a lot of fun with this thing, the 2023 Kia EV6 GT. Oh my God. The Kia EV6 GT is a space-age time capsule of a car that plugs into your wall, makes absolutely no noise, well, except for its cute fake sounds, and has 576 horsepower. Of all the rip-snorting beasts of the electric car realm I test drove this year, this one pressed all my buttons in a way that almost required a shower after every time I took it out on the back road. It costs, yes, but how many supercars can you buy that come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty? Really? Now for something completely different, the 2023 Lexus NX 450 Plus F-Sport. This is a vehicle that represents the best of what Toyota has evolved in their hybrid powertrains, in my opinion. It's fast, it's well refined, it gets phenomenal fuel economy, or you can keep it plugged in and forget the gas station. While based in large part on the RAV4 Prime, which also is an I'd Buy It alumni, the Lexus NX brings levels of luxury, tech features behind the wheel, and curb appeal that make it worth its step up in price. Nobody ever regrets buying a Lexus. Rarely. Next, also a Lexus, the 2023 Lexus RC 350 F-Sport. Now, I got a lot of flack in the comments when I test drove the aging Lexus RC 350 and praised it so much I said I would buy it. Oh, it's so old, they said. Not worth the money, they said. Much better cars out there, they said. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's all true, but because it's old, heavy, and maybe a little behind the curve, that's what makes it so sweet. It has the thrum of a naturally aspirated V6, the weight and solid feel of an older Lexus, and yet it still feels timeless in its style, at least to me anyway. Don't worry, it will be gone soon enough, but for now, I'd still buy one. Our next car is one that really surprised me that it made our list this year, and I didn't see it coming. The 2023 Mercedes-Benz EQB 300 4MATIC. I'll be honest, the small front-wheel drive-based Mercedes-Benz models never really got my appreciation, especially the utilitarian boot-like B-Class. It's just kind of an ugly duckling. It looks stodgy and seems to have less of a Mercedes-Benz experience all around. The EQB, however, gets a styling enhancement, the refinement and joy of an all-electric powertrain, and an entirely different driving experience that changed my heart on the brand's entry-level EV. While it's still the ugly duckling of the family, something about it just makes me love it. Kind of like a mother. And as sensible as that EQB is for all of its electric save-the-worldness, the next car on the list is actually a truck, the Ram TRX. Yeah. Speaking of love, the gas-guzzling, raging beast of a man toy, Ram TRX, drove right through my cost-conscious sensibilities and parked right in my virtual garage for the second year in a row. This truck, with its 700-plus horsepower Hellcat V8, its roly-poly off-road suspension, well, it's like having a giant overexcited puppy with huge feet. He has way more speed and strength than Grace at this age, but so damn lovable. It's expensive, but so is a high-maintenance trophy wife. At least you can put this away dirty and it won't bitch at you endlessly. Yeah, that's what I said. Next up is the last car to join our list this year just last week, and that is the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. Another kind of surprise. Let me first say that I am not a Subiophile. Honestly, when I test them, I have to set my apathy toward the brand aside and look for the positives to highlight in my reviews. It's not a dislike, but it's just not my vibe, you know? Every once in a while, though, the brand conjures up just the right combination of performance or capability that really impresses me, presses my buttons, and makes me feel it. The reasonable price tag, the rugged interior trappings, the increased ground clearance, and better tires are the things here that really made me want the new Crosstrek Wilderness. And while we're talking about surprise vehicles added to the list, the last two really have a place close to my heart, and we'll start with the 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. This is the year that Volkswagen made it back to my virtual garage in some time. Having bounced back from the dark years after Dieselgate, the brand has started to put some refinement, fun-to-drive goodness, and better quality interiors into their vehicles. The 2024 Atlas family is highlighted with a more powerful and smoother-running 2-liter turbocharged engine, an interior that can no longer be called cheap and austere, and just the right amount of Volkswagen-ness that I've missed. I was impressed enough to look the other way from its fake exhaust tips that still exist. Also a Volkswagen returning this year is the 2023 Jetta, and we tested the SEL. The Jetta sedan was actually at the bottom of my list for some time, having had a rough, nasty first-generation butt-X cycle engine right after Dieselgate, fake exhaust tips, and an interior made of the cheapest cost-cutting intentions. The money to pay for all of those government fines had to come from somewhere. It came out of the quality, the goodness, and the refinement. Today, however, the smoother running turbocharged four-cylinder engine, a smoother and more refined transmission, and a better interior environment were all it took to get my love back. It's all about the connected driving experience here, one that few competitors offer up. Welcome back, Jetta. All right, my dear friends, there you have it for all of the cars that I tested this year that I liked well enough that I'd buy it myself. And as I said, there is one of them that I actually did buy for once. And so these are cars that represent only the sampling pool that I got. These are not cars that are just out there. A lot of the magazines and a lot of the other media outlets, they just take all cars and they score them and they put them on their list. These are cars that I had my hands on, that I drove for a week, that I spent some time with and really either loved or didn't. And so there you go. So with that, let me finish out 2023 by telling you a little bit about how the channel's gone. We hit 100,000 subscribers in 2023. Now I am very proud of that. I am. Even though it took me 10 years to get there, 100,000 subscribers is nothing to sneeze at, and I appreciate it because a lot of you out there are one of those 100,000 plus subscribers. It happened because of you. It happened because you watch, and some of you still enjoy watching what I do, and I very much enjoy doing it. So it's mutual. And so while a lot of YouTubers out there hit 100K subscribers, maybe in their first or second year, and they're way past 100,000 now, I'm proud of my little 100K. So again, thank you for that. Now, rolling into next year, you might have already noticed one little change if you watch regularly. We have a new virtual studio, some new CGI, at least for 2024. I like changing it up a little bit, and we had a new one last year, and this is a new kind of lofty experience here, and it's, yeah, I like it. I think I do. So in the coming year, we've already got a number of cool cars that are scheduled into January, and we might already have an I'd buy it list contender in there. We'll know when we get there. And so keep watching each week for a new test drive. And lastly, I just want to say thank you very much. I am so grateful for all of you who continue to watch, because if I didn't have viewers, I wouldn't have advertising revenue from YouTube. I wouldn't have subscribers. If I didn't have subscribers, I wouldn't be getting cars from the car companies. They look for that. And if I didn't have viewerships, they also look for that. So the fact that you're watching and you continue to watch and be a fan or a viewer here helps me to continue doing what I'm doing, pay for the camera that I'm looking at and the microphone that I'm talking into. All of these things cost money. And so I'm just grateful that I get to do this because a lot of people that I run into, they always say, oh, I wish I had your job. And well, you know, I'm glad I have it, so thank you. So there you go. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, be part of the next 100K, please. And if you're not ready to do that, you can see our latest video right there. Either way, stay tuned.